Millennium Development Goal Award on what's it called? Infant mortality. Infant mortality in Bangladesh again came down in a strange way. It's another of the possible attainments. Oral rehabilitation therapy in Bangladesh covers the entire country. And this has greatly reduced mortality. Immunization program covers Bangladesh almost to the extent of 90%. Again, this is not something that should happen in a country of Bangladesh's economic and social conditions. But it has happened. And therefore, infant mortality has come down in about 15 years from 156 to 56. This is another impossible attainment. It is educationally very backward. Bangladesh, you see that adult literacy is around 60% or less. But then, the global model for non-formal education was devised by Bangladesh, and that is practiced in all the underdeveloped countries in the world. Equally important is disaster management. Bangladesh is a country of disasters, floods and famines, cyclones, and what's called tidal waves. They always visit this country. But it also handles it quite well that it is the model disaster management in the world. Very advanced countries take lessons from us on how to manage disasters. And of course, I'll be failing in my duty if I don't say a word about microcredit. This worldwide movement in microcredit. This is also a contribution of this poor, underdeveloped Bangladesh. So this is the level of responsibility. And now I come to almost my last part of the statement, and that is about IT. IT, of course, is a new technology. It's not very old, but it has made revolutionary changes in the life of the world. In fact, to me it appears that the change, the revolution that was brought about by rigging of oil in 1889 in Titusville, that brought about the big revolution in the growth of wealth. And IT is another revolution of that kind. And Bangladesh is the playground for that revolution. Bangladesh, I think, entered the IT age perhaps in the second half of the 90s, 15 years ago. And now, in a few days' time, Bangladesh would have information centers in 4,000 spots in the villages of Bangladesh. It has already 64 digital portals in all its districts. Well, I must say, I didn't expect that we should be in a position to inaugurate 4,000 information units in Bangladesh. Let's say, in my estimate, it should have taken perhaps one more year. But no, on the 11th of November, we should be opening them. The infrastructure for IT is only how many years old? Not even 10 years. But it is the land of impossible attainments. Mobile density in Bangladesh, by no stretch of imagination, should be more than 20%. Poor country, poor people, not a highly integrated economy, and so on and so forth. But would you believe that it's better thing to understand how it has already reached about 60% and perhaps moving towards 65% mobile density. In this land of impossible attainments, I believe that digital divide will never work. This was one of the big concerns of people who wanted the welfare of common man, that digital divide would be classified the society into two different categories. That's not going to happen in Bangladesh, and the proof is 4,000 information centers in a land area of 144,000 square kilometers. Well, Bangladesh has come to this stage mainly because of the determination to go digital. And Bangladesh's forecast plan is that by 2021 it should be a digital country. Digital country would be we would have almost everything transformed into a digital kind of action. And look at this. The governor told me that we have begun e-commerce. We have done a great deal in e-governance. And I must say that this commitment of the government has helped Mahbub Zaman and Shamim Ahsan to be here today, because the software industry in Bangladesh has mainly grown on the basis of domestic demand of an extremely poor country. You see, Bangladesh's per capita income is less than $700. Bangladesh poverty concentration in Bangladesh is almost 35%. And in this country, digitization has proceeded very fast, and this digitization has been made possible by young people in the IT industry. The Honorable Prime Minister, when she announced the manifesto of party, and 2 years ago, in the month of, I think, November, December 2008, she said that I give you the dream of a digital Bangladesh in 2021. And to make it possible, I ask the youth of this country to take the lead. And actually, this is what has happened. Bangladesh had a digital roadmap for digitization of all the sectors of the economy. And we have chalked out 245 different actions, steps that we have to take in order to reach that objective by 2021. Actually, I don't think we have to go that long. We should